And that all starts with the processor. Nord is powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 765 5G that boasts 10% faster speeds, 30% faster graphics, and 35% better power consumption than its predecessor, the 730G. As the name suggests, the 765 also comes with support for 5G and can deliver download speeds of up to 3.4 gigabits per second. In other words, Nord has the potential to far exceed even the fastest home broadband. We've also fitted the Nord with up to 12 gigs of RAM, not because it looks good on a spec sheet, although it does look good on a spec sheet. Instead, that amount of RAM allows Nord to preserve the status of your favorite apps so they don't have to reload when you jump from one to the other. Usually, it's really hard to explain why 90 Hz displays make it difficult to ever go back to anything less. But since we're in AR, you don't have to take our word for it. How about I show you instead? Here's an example of a display running at 1 Hz. You'll notice the scrolling and swiping is so choppy, the phone is practically unusable. Onto 30 Hz now, and you're starting to see a more familiar smartphone experience. But scrolling and swiping still isn't smooth. Finally, let's take a look at Nord's 90 Hz fluid display. You can see that everything is fast and more reactive to every touch. We introduced our first high refresh rate display with the OnePlus 7 Pro last year. Since then, we've been working to refine our 90 Hz technology to deliver the best user experience, like upping Nord's peak touch sampling rate from 135 Hz on the 7T to 180 Hz, so it's even faster at responding to every tap and swipe. Of course, what makes all these specs far greater than the sum of their parts is optimized software. Nord breathes the same oxygen you know and love. Nord comes pre-installed with Oxygen OS 10.5, complete with over 280 optimizations, each designed to deliver the fastest and smoothest experience possible. Here are a few examples. Animations weave every Oxygen OS feature together, so we take each one pretty seriously. In fact, we spent several months perfecting our unlock animations, experimenting time and time again to find the speed and transition that feels the best. Sure, this might seem like a trivial detail. After all, they only last 3 seconds in total. But when you're unlocking your phone over 100 times a day, having great animations suddenly becomes fundamental. Additionally, we've engineered Nord to always dedicate processing power and RAM to running all user interface elements to maintain smooth performance, especially when you're using a bunch of demanding apps at once. All in all, our optimizations mean you are 9 times less likely to experience frame drops even when using Nord in heavy load scenarios. We've also integrated Google's consumer communications apps into Nord. That means it comes with Messages, Duo, and the phone app to offer a seamless, helpful, and safe experience for communicating with others. Now, let's talk cameras. Nord comes with a quad camera setup that offers one of the most diverse photography experiences we've ever created at OnePlus. Now, we had to ask nicely, but the OnePlus 8 was kind enough to share its 48 megapixel Sony IMX586 sensor with Nord. complete with optical image stabilization, so even the shakiest hands can capture the steadiest shots and buttery smooth 4K video. After you press the shutter button, Nord's also smart enough to remove unwanted noise and sharpen things up in tricky photography settings, like low light. To show the true power of Nord's main lens, we put it in the hands of photography maestro Makeda Sanford. Here's one of her shots. We think it speaks for itself. Flanking Nord's main sensor is an ultra-wide angle, offering a 119-degree field of view, which means there's never a group too big or a building too tall to be captured. Here's another mesmerizing shot from Makeda. Nord also comes with a dedicated macro camera that lets you get as close as 4 centimeters to a subject and a depth sensor to help apply a more accurate bokeh to portrait mode photos. We know what you're thinking. It's easy to make a camera system look great if you put it into the hands of professional photographers. Here's a shot I took of central Shenzhen from my balcony with nightscape mode. All right, let's take a look. If we zoom in, you can see the scene is bursting with vivid colors and detail. In fact, I think this one will go straight to my Instagram after I finish presenting. Now, let's see what the rest of the Nord team has been able to take. Nord also comes with the highest resolution front camera setup on any OnePlus phone. In addition to a main 32 megapixel